from Massachusetts.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I stand here today on behalf of the people of Massachusetts to say that we are angry. We are angry that Trump and MAGA Republicans are doubling the cost for millions of Americans, and their health care bills are going to skyrocket when they promised lower prices. We are angry that Trump and MAGA Republicans are stripping Medicaid from the most vulnerable people in our communities. We are angry that Trump and the MAGA Republicans are making families with hungry children go to food pantries for their next meal, forcing families to choose between groceries and rent. We are angry that Trump and MAGA Republicans are using public servants as pawns in their hateful political games. And we are angry that during all of this, the Republicans have refused to come to the negotiating table. The House of Representatives has been out for 6 weeks. They're in a political witness protection program across our nation, refusing to come to Washington to sit down to negotiate on these issues. And Americans are counting the hours that are left to solve this health care crisis for them and their families. They're looking around for help. They're looking around for hope. And they are all looking instead at cruelty, pain, fear. That is the agenda of Trump's MAGA Republican Party. Last weekend, I met with Jeff from Natick, who is fighting stage 4 lung cancer. He pays $35,000 a year for an affordable care, health care plan. $35,000 a year. If he can't keep that insurance plan on December 31st, he will have to pay $300,000 a year. Jeff does not have $300,000. That's about to hit him in about 7 weeks. Barbara, she retired early to take care of her spouse with dementia. Her bill's going from $7,500 a year to $18,000 a year. She cannot afford that. There are 22 million stories like Jeff, like Barbara, 22 million of them, who are facing Thanksgiving and Christmas over the next 7 weeks, and there are no answers for them. 22 million people. That's outrageous. These people are afraid and they're angry. By the way, we saw a lot of that anger come out on Tuesday night. They came out angry. They came out of fear to vote. That's what happened. And it's only going to build and build and build as each day goes by, and we cannot get an answer from the Republicans on how are we going to handle those people. How are we going to give them what they need for those families? And it is very difficult to fathom this abject cruelty of this president, who is happy to force grandma to choose between paying for her prescription and paying for her heating bill, forcing a caretaker to choose between being there for their parent with Alzheimer's or picking up an extra shift, forcing a single mom to choose between paying for a checkup or paying for after-school snacks. And since they have taken over in January, the Republicans have promised that they were going to solve the health care crisis in our country. And all it's done is grow and grow and grow. And they pass a bill to take away all of the health care coverage for all of these 22 million people and then transferred the money to billionaires in tax breaks. They swiped the health care of 22 million vulnerable people for billionaires. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great Massachusetts poet, said, "Health is the first wealth." And MAGA Republicans and Trump have looted that wealth, that health, for those people. These people are angry and they're afraid. They're afraid. They don't have the backup funding that millionaires and billionaires have. Now, my father drove a truck for the Hood Milk Company. He drove a truck for the Hood Milk Company. I'm his son. And I believe that God created a world where every single person is able to receive the health care which they are entitled to. 3 meals a day, put children through school, keep them safe from illness, give Americans dignity in tough times. Those are the families we're talking to right now. It's the milkmen, it's the workers in nursing homes, it's the children across our country who are going to see a loved one lose their health care in 7 weeks. And the Republicans refuse to come to the table. Every American has a right to live in dignity in tough times. That's where we are right now. They're facing increases in electricity costs, in healthcare costs, in food costs, in clothing costs, in everything. And we can solve at least the healthcare part of this issue right here. The richest nation in the world can ensure peace and health and opportunity for every man and woman and child in our country. We're the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. And the Republicans are about to let 22 million of them lose their health insurance or see it increase by double or triple, or in the case of Eric from Natick, 10 times, from $30,000 a year to $300,000 a year, and he is in stage 4 lung cancer? And we're not even discussing this. The House of Representatives is at a vacation for 6 weeks. Well, those 6 weeks, if you project them forward from now, we're talking about Christmas. That's what we're talking about. What are we in the world is in the mind of Donald Trump that he would allow these families for the next 6 weeks to worry about where the coverage for their family is going to come from? The very least we can do is extend the Affordable Care Tax Credits for 1 more year and provide some desperately needed relief for those who are struggling to get by, who need our help right now, who need the peace of mind right now. Those 220 Republicans on that political witness protection program that they're on across the country, they're going to have health insurance for their families. They don't have to worry this Thanksgiving or Christmas about the conversation that's going to take place. And all we're asking for is a vote to provide that health care for the next year for those families and reopen the government so the federal workers can get paid and go back on the job. Pretty simple. And we're looking for any Republican anywhere to come and discuss it with us, negotiate it with us. And they just keep saying no. So this anger that people are feeling, these people are pissed off at the federal government, pissed off that they're losing coverage for their family members. And they want the Republicans to come to the table to solve this problem. What we saw on Tuesday night was the beginning of this anger being translated into action. They asked the ancient Greek philosopher once, when would we know true justice? And he answered, we will know true justice when those who have not been harmed are as angry as those who have been harmed. And across our country right now, those who have not been harmed are angry on behalf of those who are about to be harmed. 22 million people losing their health insurance, seeing skyrocketing health insurance. Families, 42 million of them without food stamps, without SNAP programs for nutrition for their families. People are angry, and they deserve an answer. And all we're asking for is 1 year so that we can negotiate this issue 1 year so we can give peace of mind to 22 million families that they know they will have health insurance after this Thanksgiving and Christmas. I thank you, Mr. President, and I yield back.